Fermin Lopez was quick to knock down the doors to elite football. 24 hours ago, no one knew a thing about him. But now his name is on the lips of the entire world of the number one game. How did yesterday's no-name manage to progress to El Clasico's main star? Today, the Inside Football channel will tell you the incredible story of Fermin Lopez. Give this video a like and let's get going.
Okay, here we go.
Messi de Campillo. That's what the boy was called in his hometown of El Campillo. And even judging by this fact alone, one may immediately notice Fermin Lopez has been displaying his great football talent right from the first years of his life. He started off at the local football school, where everyone quickly realized that the boy needed a club with more serious ambitions so that he could continue to master his skills. The town of El Campillo is located in Andalusia, meaning that Lopez had 4 territorial options to pursue professional career: Real Betis, Sevilla, Malaga, or Almeria. The choice eventually fell on Betis, and Fermin announced himself to the whole country there, becoming the star of his team. Throughout the 4-season spell at the Green and White's camp, he became the team's best goal scorer every year. Barcelona, who are always in search of other clubs' youngsters, had planned to recruit Lopez after the La Liga Promises tournament, but the guy fell ill. Luckily, the Barca scouts were so confident in the prodigy, they decided to buy Fermin without any additional trials. And that's how he ended up in La Masia. By the way, do you remember another top-notch prospect who ended up in La Masia through Real Betis? That's right, Fermin Lopez's past in some way resembles Xavi's journey. The debut at La Masia was amazing, more than 20 goals in the first season as part of the U14 team. At the U15, Fermin was forced to become a left winger, as the midfield was occupied by Xavi Simons, Marc Casado, and other high-ranked performers. Despite that, Lopez was able to score 5 goals and deliver 3 assists. Not bad. In the future, Fermin gradually developed and played until he graduated from the academy, and then came a surprise. After the 2021-22 campaign, our hero was full of hope to prove his worth at Barca Athletic, though the team's head coach, Rafael Marquez, told the footballer that he is not among the players he is counting on the next season. So he should look for minutes in other clubs. Fermin was one of the weakest players in the squad. His physique had not fully developed. Journalist Paul Balos reported. That's it, folks. A year ago, in the summer of 2022, Fermin Lopez was excluded from Blaugrana youth team. And this is how the youngster found himself at Linares Deportivo, Segunda B club from the 3rd tier of Spanish club football. What some perceive as a downgrade and total depression, others see as a chance to show themselves and prove their level. That's what Fermin did, slotting 12 goals and giving 4 assists in 37 appearances. He was especially successful in the second half of the season, where he scored 11 goals and assisted 2 more in 19 games. These are incredible statistics for a central midfielder. Barcelona scouts also took notice of that, deciding to take a closer look at the kid's progress. After returning to Barcelona, Fermin Lopez began to train with Barca Athletic, and one day he received a call with an invitation to train with the first team led by Xavi. You see, these were the first training days after the vacation, and Barcelona's boss didn't have enough players for a full-fledged work process. It was a planned review of the youth team footballers, and just imagine the coaching staff's surprise when they saw Fermin in action. Still, the first to publicly present the newest star was not Xavi, but Pedri. If I had to highlight one of the youngsters, well, one I really like is Fermin. I had never played with him before, but he's full of aggression and talent. Big words were said before the USA tour, and then everyone was really impressed by Fermin's class. But As you might have guessed, the level of expectations from the young footballer has significantly increased too. Later on, Xavi explained why he decided to give him a chance. "I like him a lot. He is full of personality. He is hungry and has a great character. That's very important. When I saw that in training, I realized I had to give him minutes. I trusted him and he is delivering. That's what football is about." The Barca head coach took Fermin to the training camp despite already having a large number of players and huge competition. But Xavi saw in the 20-year-old what he needed, exactly what the first team needed. What this footballer has that everyone in Barca began to admire him even before the US tour fixtures. Fermin Lopez is a central midfielder who can play on the attacking wings. That's why he could become a helpful asset for the next season's Barcelona roster. For example, he will easily cope with the duties of false left winger as Pedri and Xavi did last season. Moreover, it looks like Xavi will be using this exact formation again, with the team rebuilding from a 4-3-3 in defense to a 3-2-2-3 for attack. Here's what Fermin can offer to the first team. If you have a look at his highlights for Linares: speed, excellent technique and field vision, especially the level of his technique. One may think that the ball just sticks to his feet, while his body movements are so competent and sharp that even when watching from the side, one cannot understand how he breaks out from marking of 2 or even 3 opponents' defenders. Fermin is very decisive in the final third of the pitch and is an attack-minded player. He acts boldly, not afraid to take risks, and most of the time, the risk is often justified, which, by the way, was shown in his first matches for Barca. The debut game in the first team was against Arsenal. The game turned out to be very difficult for the Catalans, since the Gunners are in the final stretch of their preparations for the season, and thus they were much better prepared. 5-3. Fermin entered the second half in the position of right central midfielder, but did not create anything special throughout the time he was given and got substituted in the 78th minute by Lamine Yamal. Back then, it seemed that the boy was a little overpraised, or maybe it was all about overexcitement. He acted diligently, but it's surely not enough for Barca's first-team player. During El Clasico, however, Fermin came on in the 66th minute instead of Pedri and went on to become man of the match. He showed everything he could on the pitch. He did pressing, showed no fear for duels, he built up attacks, dribbled, gave cutting passes, scored an incredible goal, and don't forget him creating a brilliant goal for Ferran Torres. Spectacular display. 10 out of 10 for an El Clasico debutant. Separately, it's worth noting how emotional this moment was for the 20-year-old boy. During the celebration, he almost cried from happiness and kissed the club emblem, which shows Fermin's great passion for Barcelona. And here's how he celebrated his assist. Look at this guy's dedication and how much of a true killer he is. "I hit the shot with all of my soul," our hero admitted after the match. "I still can't believe it. I've been speaking to my family. They've suffered all those years with me. That's for them and to my people in my hometown, El Campillo. I'm so happy for them too." Some say and write that after the match against Real Madrid, the prospect hardly slept, and we can understand why. It was probably the game of his life, and he won it. "I can only keep working. Obviously, I want to stay here in Barcelona. It's a dream and a privilege to be here in the pre-season. I've been a Barca fan since I'm a kid." Barca find the concept of club fans playing for the team very important. The history of Arda Güler's refusal and his move to Real Madrid, as well as the club's tough financial situation in general, speak only for the fact that Barca have its own way. To believe in its mega-talented youth, not to make big deals worth tens and hundreds of millions, but to make elite footballers out of no names. Looks like Xavi is ready to try out the mentioned model in Fermin's case. Xavi highly praised Lopez's performance and his potential after El Clasico. He is a talented footballer. He knows how to leak the last pass, which is what he really lacked last season. He scored worldwide with his left foot and then assisted Ferran with the right foot, so he can use both feet. He can also play in multiple roles from a winger to a central midfielder. This whole package is not easy to find. And he even added that the club is counting on the player next season, so Barca will not consider giving him on loan nor selling him. Fermin will remain in the first team structure and could represent Barca Athletic from time to time. Alright, it's possibly a new breakthrough Barcelona star before us. In 2019 it was Ansu Fati. 2020 was Pedri's season. Xavi emerged as a starter a year later, and last season was about Balde revealing his true potential. Is 2023 going to be the year of Fermin Lopez? There is every chance for it to happen. By the way, Fermin's first team mentor is Xavi, who helped his friend from La Masia a lot in terms of adaptation during the US tour. Guys, if you watched the video to the end, then it was interesting enough for you to subscribe to our channel and leave your like under this video. Check out other suggested content related to Barcelona and stay with us. Inside Football was with you. We watch football from a different angle. Have a nice one and see you in a bit.